people ask me all the time, they say, can I just submit photos? Like, will you take photos?
Okay.
And I don't at the moment, because the thing that we've gotten used to in society is with social media, just quickly putting up photos. So, a throwback Thursday and you put up an old photo and it's easy, right?
It's easy. Yeah.
But when you
it's just
do
like
these
instantaneous. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you do these cards, what you can tell is people have really had to sit down and think about
Right.
what memory do they want to share?
Mm-hmm.
What story is super important to them? And what ends up coming out in the cards is what's really surprising to the person that gets it, because it's usually something that person didn't expect. They didn't expect that was going to be the words that would come to them in that moment, right? That was the moment that was like super meaningful to them.
Sure.
Oftentimes it's like comments that come through that they're like, I've never told you this before, but this is how much you mean to me, or this is what I admire in you. And it's the moments that you read and it almost gives you chills, because you know that they've never said this to this person.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy that we don't take the time sometimes just to say things that could just really change our relationships with people or the course of our lives? Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy. So you feel it when you go through these boxes and you feel the ups and the downs in all the different cards.
Yeah, that's incredible. And how has this project changed you, Megan, and being more active in the last few years? Like, how has it changed your outlook on life, maybe in certain ways, about being grateful more often, about maybe relationships with people? How has it changed you personally?
Yeah, I mean, the impact has been tremendous, because prior to this, I was somebody that would say yes to everybody and look after everyone, but I was moving at warp speed and I wasn't present in all the memories I was trying to make. So I was obsessed with not missing out on things, but I was just trying to tick the box on the memories. So I was the person that would log on to Facebook or social media and see everybody else posting their photos of what they were doing on the long weekend or what they were doing with their kids, and be obsessed that I was missing out if we weren't doing those same things. We needed to get those photos. We needed to be doing all these things. We needed to be out of the house. We needed to be out doing this amazing trip and this amazing activity to get the photos, because we had to do it.
Right. Yeah.
But I wasn't present in any of those moments because I was trying to tick the box. I was so focused on what was next. And I think when I started this project, I started realizing that the moments that truly matter in life are not the big grand moments. They're not the moments that you actually put on social media.
Right.
They're the small, imperfect moments. Mm-hmm. They're the ones that when everything went wrong, but you had the biggest laugh over it.
Yeah.
They're the ones that, it's the tiniest little thing. It's that extra hug that my son gives me when he goes to bed and he, gives me a kiss, and I just love it. They're the fact that my husband makes me a coffee every morning and brings it into bed. It's the tiny little things that actually matter, and trying to figure out how I could ground myself more in those moments to enjoy them. And when I started doing the gratitude boxes, and when you read, every time I get a new order and I read through and I'm curating the box, it re-grounds me in that, because what you're reading is the real moments, is the reality of what matters to people in life. And you kind of reaffirm that in your own mind to realize it isn't about the material things. It isn't about all that. It's about the real moments in life. It's about the connections. It's about how we feel about each other. It's about giving that extra hug, or, the time that we made the box for it in the living room, or, the time that we did decide to go skating and everything fell apart, and within 5 minutes we were throwing it all back in the trunk and saying we were never going skating again. I didn't post that on social media, but that was the actual moment that mattered.
Right. I think it's really interesting what you're saying with that, Megan, because, from speaking to other people as well, gratitude seems, like you said, put you in a frame of reference of being more present, more in the moment, instead of thinking way too much about, past instances or worrying about the future or something like that. It kind of grounds you into a present state of being, and you become more appreciative of your like even minute to minute life and everything around you. I think there's a certain, sometimes it just feels like there's certain numbness in our day of age of not even knowing what the heck's going on with ourselves, you know, and if we can't figure that out for ourselves, within ourselves, we can't, you know, even express gratitude with anything around us. So it's quite I don't know. I think what you're doing, like, obviously it's helping a tremendous amount of people, but it's I think you going through this process can really, you know, ignite something alive inside of you.